Hi everybody, Miss Cooke and Oozle back here helping you develop your addition strategies. So first thing you need to do is get yourself organised for addition. You've got your addition machine. You also need a pencil, something to use as some counters. And you can see I've laid out my paper ready to write because it's important to take pride in your layout of your work. I've got the date, I've got a heading, I've also set up some number sentences. Something plus something equals something. And today I'm going to teach you two strategies for solving these problems, just depending on where you're up to. Now here is the first strategy. The first strategy is the count all strategy. So what I've done is I've got myself ready and I've reached into my jar of counters and I've made two piles of counters. Now you might be able to supertise them and have a go at thinking how many are in each pile. But to be sure, you'll need to count them all. Like this. I supertise that there is 6 counters there and I'm going to say 7 counters there. But I'm going to check to make sure I am correct. So the first thing I do is get my first pile and I'm going to count how many numbers or counters into Oozle's brain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I know that the first number I made was 6. I'm going to record it straight away before I forget it. 6 plus. How many are in this pile? I wonder if I supertised correctly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, I didn't quite get that one right. So 6 plus 7. Now, so you can see what I'm doing, I'm going to take the lid off my addition machine and I'm going to lay out my counters in a tens frame formation. So even if you don't have a tens frame, put them in rows of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I start a new row. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I start a new tens frame because I'm at 10. 11, 12, 13. And I can check and supertise straight away. I've got a group of 10 and 3 extra ones. So my number is 13. 6 plus 7 equals 13. Alright, so that's the count all strategy. Now I'm going to show you a slightly different way. If you're finding counting all a little bit easier and you would like to move on to the counting on strategy, which means we need to count on from the biggest number. So it's a little bit harder than the counting all strategy. So first of all, I'm going to get 2 groups of counters. I'm going to just divide them in half like that. Now straight away I can supertise, use my supertising powers to work out which of these groups I think is the biggest group. Because when we use the counting on strategy, counting on from the biggest number, you'll always start with the biggest number because that makes it a faster and more efficient way of counting. So straight away I'm looking at this group here and I can see it is bigger than that group there. I'm going to have a go, an estimate or a good guess, and I'm going to say, ooh, there's about 9 counters in this group here. Alright, and what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to check. I'm going to find out how many there are before I feed Oozle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow, I've got 11 counters. So I'm going to write that number straight away in here. 11 plus. Now, I don't know how many are in here. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one more is 6. So I'm going to write my numbers in before I feed Oozle. 11 plus 6. Now, Oozle's really hungry, so I'm going to feed it all of these 11 counters straight away. In you go. Oops, I lost one. It's okay. 11. So this time I know I have 11, and I'm going to lock that big number in my head. 11. Then I'm going to get my 6. And instead of going back to the start, I'm going to count on from 11. One more than 11 is 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So 11 plus 6 equals 17. And I just counted on from the biggest number. Now, if you want to be sure, you can go back and put all your counters onto your tens frames or in a tens frame shape and count them all, just to be sure. But if you're becoming more like a mathematician, you might be ready to move on to your next number. Have a great day, everybody.